Hey everybody, uh, this is Bruce Wayne again. No, I'm kidding. It's not Bruce Wayne. It's Paul Powers. So I'm gonna lower my computer screen like always, and I'm just gonna talk to you guys. It's like 1:30 in the morning. It's Friday night, and something I wanted to get off my chest. And this is just me. By the way, I'm gonna get a better light, cause I know the fucking light up there like fucks up all the brightness and the movement in the screen. So I'm gonna get like an LED light, or I'm not sure what you call one of those, but like a fucking huge ass lamp right here behind the camera, so it gets a better texture of the picture. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go personal here for this podcast, this video, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And I'm going to go in depth on my love story because currently in the moment, I'm feeling a lot of pressure right now, a lot of depression, a lot of, what do you call that thing? Anxiety? Not anxiety, but just pressure, if you will. So and I know some people are going to be in the comments, oh, you shouldn't share your private life with the internet. I don't fucking care no more. I've been hiding this shit in for like a year now, and I'm ready to release, get rid of the pain and the fucking pressure. So, and if any of my coaches are watching, I'm not going to tag nobody when I post this on fucking Facebook. So if you click on this, you wanted to watch it. If any of my coaches are watching, I would appreciate it if you stay and listen to my story. Because when I'm training, whatever I'm doing, I don't smoke. I'm just giving an example. Training, sleeping, eating, driving, shitting, taking a shower. This is always on my mind. So, this video is about a particular woman. I'm not gonna go writing off names and shit. This was my first girlfriend, right? And when I say girlfriend, I don't mean like lovey-dovey shit. We actually shared a lot of things. We just say she was fucking awesome. So, how do I start, man? It's a long story. I'm gonna try and break everything down in like 10 or 15 minutes. And I'm not even sure what I'm gonna title this, But I think I just fucked up my neck. Oh, I'll think about it when I fucking have, I'll get to the title when I have to. Before I moved down to Miami, I had my little Burger Ding drink right here. By the way, it's water, so people in the fucking comments, oh, you stop drinking soda, you fat bitch. It's water. I sip drinks like a bitch. So, before I moved down to Miami, I was 300 pounds. I was flunking in school tremendously. And I just didn't have my shit together at 16 years old. Then again, most 16-year-olds don't have their shit together, but I was the worst case scenario. Like, if you were to prototype a person who was bad in life when they were like 16 years old, just bad in everything, flunk in school, overweight, didn't play sports, you know what I mean? That was me. If you were to make some in a lab or like a fucking creation room or something, it would be me. Oh, did I just mute? Oh, no, I didn't. I'm good. So that was me before I moved down to Miami. I haven't had this talk with any of my coaches, so like I said, I'm not going to tag none of them in this, but if you click on this and you made it this far so far, you want to know more about me. So I appreciate that. I know all of my coaches aren't going to watch, and that's okay, but the one that does, I thank you, whoever you are. When I moved down to Miami, I was in that condition, and my dad told me. By the way, I just want to throw this out there. My dad shaved his beard today, and It looks fucking weird. Anyway, back to the subject. Uh, I was just bad in life, you know what I mean? And I went down there and my dad told me. He's like, on the ride down there, he's like, look, man, uh, Miami's a different ball game than Tampa. You know what I mean? Girls don't want to be. He just told me straight up. He's like, girls don't want to be with some fat slob who doesn't play sports, you know, who doesn't do good in school. They want a good, hardworking man who takes care of his body and blah, 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 and all this shit. And I listened to him, and I lost all the weight. I didn't lose it in in a healthy way. I lost it in an unhealthy way. I just starved myself, not because they're, you know, not by choice really. My grandmother just didn't make breakfast every day for me and her. She made breakfast for herself, which is fine. You know what I mean? We didn't really have lunch, and then whatever was for dinner was for dinner. That's how it was, you know. If by the way, Granny, if you're watching this, hi. Uh, that's just the way it was, and that's fine. So my heaviest was 292. I want to say 294, but that makes me feel even fatter. So, I got down to 199 was my lowest. That was my lowest, 199. I was fucking gross looking. You know what I mean? If you ever seen Christian Bale in The Machinist, that's how I looked. If I vacuumed my stomach when I was 200 pounds, it looked gross. And most guys look good at 200 pounds, look pretty put together. You know, I wasn't at 200 pounds because, you know, I'm made to be a big dude. You know what I mean? But that's what that was. And in the process of me changing myself, accidentally, I met this girl, and we became friends. And, you know, just we started talking. We got into a little argument when we were friends, so we took a break. And then a couple months later, she reached back out, and we started talking again. And then when she reached back out, she invited me to her brother's birthday party. And then that's when she fell in love with me, right? Because there's always a clicking point for somebody who falls in love with somebody else, you know? It doesn't just happen over time. It's like on the spot, you know what I mean? At least it was for her. And I just... Let me make sure my podcast is doing okay. Yeah, it's fine. And she texted me a couple days later, and she was like, hey, I really like you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, hey, I like you too. And we started dating since then. Now, we dated for about 8 or 9 months. And I just want to say that 8 or 9 months with somebody is a long fucking time. And she was just a beautiful woman. She had a beautiful body. She had a beautiful mind. She knew how to take care of herself in tight situations. She did panic, but we all panic. She just knew how to handle herself as a woman. And I don't know if I should go too in depth because this is, of course, the internet. But I wasn't getting the attention I wanted. Why don't you just say that? I wasn't getting the attention I wanted, so I broke up with her. And that's been my biggest mistake in the past 19 years. Well, 18. I'm about to turn 19. And I hate myself for that. I fucking hate it. I can't stand the thought of that. It fries my mind. And sometimes I'll be wrestling in Jiu Jitsu class, and I'll think of that, and a burst of anger will just go through the fucking roof, and I'll just if somebody's got me inside like an arm bar or something, I'll just explode up, and I'll get out of their submission, it's little things like that help me deal with the pain. Is that little small 5 second span where I have a burst of anger inside because I think about that. And that's just, and anyway, we're getting off topic. Paul, stop stuttering. And things were never the same since then. And we did get back together a few times, but it didn't work out because when I broke up with her the first time, it just wasn't the same no more for her. And I wanted to go back to the way things were. And I tried things out, and it just didn't feel the same. I did not want her to be unhappy, so I called it off again. But then I missed her again, so we ended up getting back together. And over like a 4-month span, we were kind of on and off. And there was a point when I was down in Miami where I told myself, I said, I've already made this dent in a connection with a woman. How do I get out of this place? How do I forget about it and leave? And of course, Daddy came to the rescue. My dad, I'm going to talk lower because it's like 2 a.m. My dad told me, he's like, hey, son, I'm getting a house up in Tampa again. So if you want to come up, you're more than obliged to. And I was like, all right, thanks. And I sat on it for a while. And he eventually called me because I called him and I was just feeling depressed down there and all that. I said, hey, Dad, I want to come up. And he's like, let's fucking go. And he fucking, like, that weekend, man, I was up here, but I wanted to bring her with me. And I couldn't do that because she was still in school. And she's one of those homebodies. She doesn't ever want to leave her town, her fucking city. Which that's fine. That's who she is. But that's always affected my feelings. You know what I mean? Because I want her to come up. She doesn't want to come up because she doesn't want to leave Miami. And if she doesn't want to come up, she must not love me that much anymore. Because if she really loved me, she would come up and visit. And I came up early. And the initial plan was to finish junior year down there. And I didn't. So I came up, finished junior year up here. Now I'm a senior. And the last year, man, has been the toughest year of my life so far. I've lost myself several times. And I did find some cover-up pains. I lifted weights for a long time. I got my bench up from 155 to 245. And then I just... And now I'm doing Jiu Jitsu. Here's the thing, and I'm not sure if my coach Miguel or anybody's going to watch this. For me, weightlifting was kind of... I'm going to put the microphone on the stand so I can demonstrate for you guys. I'm not sure if you can hear me like this. Weightlifting was pushing the stress off of me, if that makes sense. So I was on a bench press. I was pushing the stress off of me. I was getting my anger out on those weights. And now MMA, Jiu-Jitsu, Taekwondo, kickboxing, all that stuff is all about patience and reserving yourself, and in the right moment, then you do what you got to do. Technique. It's training the mind to be its own, if you will. It's just training your mind to be fucking easy with yourself in hard situations. In a good opening, you know what I'm trying to say. Because if you're in a fight with somebody and you just attack, no technique at all, and all you see is red, you could get fucked up. So I want to learn how to reserve my Anger. Control my anger. That's what I was looking for. Control my anger. You have to control your anger in fighting. Because if not, you could make a silly mistake and get fucked up. So that's the difference between those two. Anyway, we're getting off topic. And I just and I've I just fucked up, man. And now I've tried talking to her. I've been talking to her for the past year since I've been up. I've only seen her once. And it was because I flew down there before I had my car. And I'm gonna stop the video here, man. If the rest of my coaches want to hear about this, you can always text me. If not, it's fine. But just I don't cry about things. I get quiet. I get angry inside. And I want to hurt people. Not hurt people. Back then I wanted to hurt people. Back then I was full of anger. I was like Batman when he first started becoming Batman, full of anger, rage. And now I get quiet, I get angry, and then it makes me want to go train. That's what I was looking for. Go train and spar with people and wrestle and stuff. But if any of my coaches want to hear the rest of the story, you're more than welcome. Just text me and we can talk about it if you want. In person, though, because it's a long fucking story. Because this is always on my mind, so if any of my coaches want to take the time out of their day, I know they're busy people and all that. Everybody has their own lives and stuff. But if you want to break like an hour or two off of one day and want to hear more about it, I wouldn't mind sharing it with you guys. But I don't expect you guys to care, really, because it's not you. I know my coaches care about me, but, and I already know that people are going to tell me, oh, it's your first girlfriend and all that. I've heard that 1,000 times. So, I don't know, man. This really isn't for the public. I'm just putting this out there so my coaches... I'm really at this point putting videos out so my coaches can watch this. So they can get to know their student better. But, and the last thing, and the way I cover up the pain is I do martial arts. That's what I do. And I don't just want to be in one particular field of martial arts. I want to be a mixed martial artist. I can't even speak. Mixed martial artist. Taekwondo and Jiu Jitsu. So yeah, I'm gonna end the podcast here. If you, like I said, if my coaches want to hear more about it, they're more than welcome to. If not, that's fine. But I'm gonna end it here, and there's not gonna be no editing really. I'm gonna make a thumbnail. That's about it, and then title it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna title it, but yeah, so subscribe if you want. I don't fucking care, really. I just talk shit and hope for the best. And, yeah. See ya!